Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. This is sort of a review and opinions on David Moyes' video after yesterday's shocking performance. I've tried to get this out as early as possible, obviously for obvious reasons. Obviously with the Queen's funeral today, I didn't want to put anything out during it or really after. I can just put it out just before, just to get that in there, because I didn't have time after the game yesterday. The game yesterday was shocking. It was shocking, and I was really, at the end of my tether with it, to be honest with you. But even when the lineups first come out, it was nice to see Paqueta in the team, even though he didn't play well, in my opinion, yesterday. But this persistence of Cresswell, this persistence of using Fornals, who's out of form, the persistence of using an out of form Jarrod Bowen. Thomas Soucek is the worst passer in the league. He cannot pass the ball. There we go, I've said it. And listen, I've loved Big Tom, and he scored some very important goals for us over the last couple of years. The man is out of form. He cannot pass the ball. Listen, I don't know what David Moyes is seeing there. The amount of times he gives the ball away in key positions, he needs to be dropped. There's Flynn Downs there, and listen, like a few other channels, I'm not saying Flynn Downs is some world beater, but he will complement Rice, and he can actually pass the ball. Probably someone like Paqueta would appreciate someone who can pass the ball with him as well. Then you've got Jarrod Bowen, who's so out of form. Laughing when he put the ball over the bar yesterday. There's loads of rumours, and again, these may only be rumours, that he's half sulking a little bit because he didn't get a move that he thought he may get in the summer. Listen, for me personally, I would like to see I want to see Antonio and Scamacca together, and that doesn't necessarily mean them both up front. I would put Antonio in Bowen's position and have him bursting down the wing with Scamacca up top. The left hand side, we've seen it. Brings on Cornet when we're desperate. Cornet, can do stuff. He likes to take a player on. He's a bit more attacking. He's pacey. Arguably our best player this season, Saïd Benrahma, had his best game so far this season. Left hand side, cannot get in the team. Emerson has looked good. He's looked fairly, bit more mobile, faster. Still not the best defender in the world, but Cresswell he's not good enough anymore. He's not. It's becoming a Kevin Nolan situation, like under Fat Sam, where you're trying to suck a performance out of a player that just hasn't got that anymore. He hasn't got the ability to do that anymore. Soufal's not been great either on that right hand side. Very poor with the crossing. The two centre backs are doing okay. I've got to say, Kehrer and Zuma look good, but there's only so much the defence can do before you score a goal. I don't think David Moyes knows what he's doing, or he's clearly not seeing what we're seeing as fans. And this is not just me as a single fan, it's the other West Ham YouTubers out there, it's everyone who comments on our channel and all the other channels. What are you seeing, Dave? All this, the players need time to gel, the players need time to bond. You're not even playing them. You're playing the same style and the same players week in, week out. You're changing it late, and it's not working. It's not working. It was good when we could counter attack and teams weren't playing the low block, and now this style has been figured out, and you're playing negative tactics against opposition that we should be going at. We should be going at Everton. We should have been going at Brighton a couple of weeks ago. But you consistently, you're setting up for a draw, and then hoping we get something on a counter, which is non-existent at the minute, our counter-attacking football, and hoping to get something on a set piece. And these are, I'm sorry, but they're Sam Allardyce flashbacks. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I say, for me personally, listen, with Moyes, I think with most West Ham fans, we didn't originally want him when he first came back. He won us back over. He's given us 2 fantastic seasons. Last season was amazing. But I am bored of the reply of European semi-final. Whenever I say give me a reason to keep Moyes now, the first thing that most people will say that are a real strong Moyes in is European semi-final. I'm sorry, that's last season. This is now. And we've gone backwards. Since that moment, we've gone backwards. And we were going backwards in the league well before that. It's 2 wins in 14. 23 points out of a 23 points out of a possible 47 or something like that. It's 23 points in 23 games, so, you know, a point a game, which, again, is relegation form. It's not good form. You know, and if that run of form had happened from the start of this season and, you know, gone into Christmas, you guys would be sitting there going, he's got to go. Do I think he will go in these 2 weeks of the international break? No. I don't think he will. I think he will be given a bit more time. I personally would give him 3 games, and I think some may argue he might get to the World Cup. He might get to the World Cup break before West Ham make that move, so that potentially a new manager could come in and do something in January. Can't leave it too late though. You know, if things, you know, carry on this slope, we can't have you know, an Avram Grant situation, or a situation where we just leave it too late, then you can't make that change. It becomes hard to sign players, it becomes hard to get a manager in that thinks they can do the job, and then you know, you're trying to get a firefighter in rather than a manager that will come in and maybe change and, you know, get us up that table towards the end of the season. You know, last thing we want is a Sean Dyche character having to come in and firefight, and then you end up with that same sort of tactics with these better players that have been brought in, like the Paquetas, like the Scamacas. You know, we need a manager who's a bit more dynamic, I think, going forward. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, and I know, yes, I am Moyes out now, I am, but I'm also prepared to give him, you know, 3-4 games. If the Wolves game comes in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm still seeing Jarrod Bowen, Thomas Soucek, Cresswell, 4 hours on the left wing, then my patience goes. Every time I see that lineup come out, it's like, okay, we're going to see the same old stuff. I need to see something different. You know, opposition managers will look at that when that team comes out with an hour to go, yeah, they're just going to play the same way. Where if you throw in a Flynn Downs, you throw in a Cornet from the start, you throw a Scamacca in, you put Antonio on the right wing, for example, it's different. You know, it's a guessing game left for the opposition manager. In terms of, you know, people, you know, as soon as I've put out Moyes out, or anyone puts Moyes out, it's, but who, Luke? Tell me who will come in. And, you know, and people throw out the Poch, the Tuchels. Let me say something on them. You know, people straight away go, unrealistic targets. Dream on, Luke. Wake up when you've come up with a realistic idea. Let's look at Poch. Okay, West Ham are not a club that are, you know, a bad club. We've got a European competition that we offer a manager, a team that has just spent £180 million on good players. You know, someone would get a tune out of Scamacca, someone would get a tune out of Paqueta, and, you know, you wait for, you know, a Gerd to come back and players like that. Someone like that would get a tune out of him. Tuchel, what big jobs are out there? He's already managed PSG, he's already managed Dortmund. You know, Man United job ain't going anywhere soon. Chelsea, obviously can't go back there. Liverpool, Klopp will have so much time. Arsenal are doing well now. Conte's not going to go. Who's the next big clubs underneath that? The West Hams, the Leicesters. Obviously Leicester are bottom of the league at the minute. So West Ham are not a dream scenario. You know, we're not a scenario where it's like, oh, it's a dream scenario, we've got Tuchel. I think we need to, you know, think of ourselves a bit higher than that. You know, this is a team that did get to the semi-final of the Europa League. And we do have a bit of pull now. So, listen, I wouldn't be writing that off. Listen, do I think it will happen? Probably not. But I wouldn't write it off. You know, you know, if Moyes was to go, I'd definitely be offering a package to Poch and to Tuchel. I have read rumours, again, these are very, you know, rumours that are on the forums of Knees Up Motherbrand and things like that, that Mancini has been heavily lined up to become the next West Ham manager if Moyes was to leave. So keep an eye on that one. And then the other name in the hat is Brendan Rodgers. You know, and straight away people turn their nose up at Brendan Rodgers. They go, oh, look what he's done to Leicester. Look what Leicester have done to him. He's not been backed in the transfer market. He's sold some very, very good players. You know, managed to keep hold of Madison and people like that. But he hasn't been backed this summer. He's, you know, been left with a squad that's dying. Fofana's gone. You know, a lot of players, and there's a little bit of, you know, toxicity gone in that club. So would I be against Brendan Rodgers? No, I wouldn't. Would he probably be a manager that does like 2 years of good and then he goes off the boil? Probably. but he would come in and probably do something. He probably would. So I wouldn't be against Brendan Rodgers. Like, I don't know what you guys think. It's very frustrating. You know, I thought we were, you know, when I said probably a season ago, you know, the next level for West Ham was this no longer having to fear relegation. You know, a team that would consistently every year be safe by February. I thought them days were gone. Seems like this year it's going to be another long struggle, a long hard season. And then, like I say, then we'll probably have the summer where it's goodbye Dex, goodbye this one, goodbye that one. Yeah, it's going to be a long old season. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the day today. You know, God save the Queen. Let's you have a fantastic period. Hopefully the weather holds out and it's a beautiful day for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, and that's the last video for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, until next time, guys, let me know what you think. Again, it's only opinions, guys. Yeah, it's my opinion. It's not gospel. It's not what I say goes. It's just I'm giving my opinion. I'll be very interested to see where you guys lie now with David Moyes. Until next time, guys, come on your words. Keep believing. Let's go.